Good morning.
Good morning.
Common ground.
Common ground.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We're still around.
We're still around.
Mr. Josh.
Miss Jeanette. Miss Liz.
And Miss LJ. We're gonna do calendar and maybe learn about the moon and maybe learn our letters and sing a lot and play.
And math also.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning, Common Ground. Penny Dog and I are so happy to see you. That's right, Penny. Today is the first day of our week. So let's sing our days of the week and then get to our calendar. Are you guys ready for that? I'm so happy. Did you have a good weekend? I did too. Sunday, Mondays, today, Tuesdays, tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 1, 2, 3, 4, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Today is Monday, and it's a very special day because not only is it the first day of our week, but remember how we were counting to 7 on our calendar? Well, we're gonna cross out the weekend. Today is the fourth 7 on our calendar. It's Monday, September 28th, and we're almost at the end of the month. And I'm going to draw a little smiley face today with star eyes. And it is our fourth 7, our fourth week. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hey, Monday was the 7th. And then we're going to count 7 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That was a Monday too. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Another Monday. You guys. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's Mondays. They're all Mondays. Wow. Is that because there are 7 days in the week? Well, guys, I think it's time for a song from Mr. Josh. So let's get up and let's dance and sing along. All right, here's Mr. Josh.
5 little ducks went out one day over the hills and far away. Mama duck said quack, 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 but only 4 little ducks came back. 4 little ducks went out one day over the hills and far away. Mama duck said quack, 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 but only 3 little ducks came back. 3 little ducks went out one day over the hills and far away. Mama duck said quack, 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 but only 2 little ducks came back. 2 little ducks went out one day over the hills and far away. Mama duck said quack, 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 but only 1 little duck came back. 1 little duck went out one day over the hills and far away. Mama duck said quack, 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 but no little ducks came back. Oh no! There's no little ducks! What does Mama duck have to go do?
Go find them.
She's gotta go find them, but she's so sad. Sad Mama duck went out one day over the hills and far away. Mama duck said quack, 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 and all the little ducks came back. All right, all done, everybody. Thank you.
I just love those cool tunes from Mr. Josh. All right, guys. Here is our holiday calendar, and guess what day it is? It is Love Note Day. And what that means is you should write a note to somebody that you love. I love that idea. So what a great holiday to celebrate, Love Note Day. And tomorrow is my favorite day, National Coffee Day. But today is Love Note Day. All right, guys, speaking of people we love that maybe we should write a note to, here's Miss LJ with a story just for you.
Hi everybody, it's Miss LJ, and I'm really excited for you today because my mom gave me a book from when I was a kid that I loved so much, and I'm so excited to share it with you because it's all about how sometimes the bravest thing and the truest thing you can do is just be kind. It's called Mufaro's Beautiful Daughters, and it's an African tale. Scooch on close. Settle in. A long time ago, in a certain place in Africa, a small village lay across a river and half a day's journey from a city where a great king lived. A man named Mufaro lived in this village with his 2 daughters, who were called Manyara and Nyasha. Everyone agreed that Manyara and Nyasha were very beautiful. Manyara was almost always in a bad temper. She teased her sister whenever her father's back was turned, and she had been heard to say, "Someday, Nyasha, I will be a queen and you will be a servant in my household." "If that should come to pass," Nyasha responded, "I will be pleased to serve you. But why do you say such things? You are clever and strong and beautiful. Why are you so unhappy?" "Because everyone talks about how kind you are, and they praise everything you do," Manyara replied. "I'm certain that Father loves you best. But when I'm a queen, everyone will know that your silly kindness is only weakness." Nyasha was sad Manyara felt this way, but she ignored her sister's words and went about her chores. Nyasha kept a small plot of land on which she grew millet, sunflowers, yams, and vegetables. She always sang as she worked, and some said it was her singing that made her crops more bountiful than anyone else's. Oh, little snake. One day, Nyasha noticed a small garden snake resting beneath the yam vine. "Good day, little Nyoka," she called to him. "You are welcome here. You will keep away any creatures who might spoil my vegetables." She bent forward, gave the little snake a loving pat on the head, and then returned to her work. From that day on, Nyoka was always at Nyasha's side when she tended her garden. It was said that she sang all the more sweetly when he was there. Mufaro knew nothing about how Manyara treated Nyasha. Nyasha was too considerate of her father's feelings to complain, and Manyara was always careful to behave herself when Mufaro was around. Early one morning, a messenger from the city arrived. The great king wanted a wife. "The most worthy and beautiful daughters in the land are invited to appear before the king, and he will choose one to become a queen," the messenger proclaimed. Mufaro called Manyara and Nyasha to him. "It would be a great honor to have one of you chosen," he said. "Prepare yourselves to journey to the city. I will call together all our friends and make a wedding party. We will leave tomorrow as the sun rises." "But my father," Manyara said sweetly, "it would be painful for either of us to leave you, even to be the wife of a king. I know Nyasha would grieve to death if she were parted from you. I am strong. Send me to the city and let poor Nyasha be happy here with you." Mufaro beamed with pride. "The king has asked for the most worthy and the most beautiful. No, Manyara, I cannot send you alone. Only a king can choose between 2 such worthy daughters. Both of you must go." That night, while everyone was asleep, Manyara stole quietly out of the village. She had never been in the forest at night before. and she was frightened, but her greed to be the first to appear before the king drove her on. In her hurry, she almost stumbled over a small boy who suddenly appeared, standing in the path. "Please," said the boy, "I'm hungry. Will you give me something to eat?" "I have brought only enough for myself," Manyara replied. "But please," said the boy, "I'm so very hungry." "Out of my way, boy. Tomorrow I will become your queen. How dare you stand in my path?" After traveling for what seemed to be a great distance, Manyara came to a small clearing. There, silhouetted against the moonlight, was an old woman seated on a large stone. The old woman spoke. "I will give you some advice, Manyara. Soon after you pass the place where two paths cross, you will see a grove of trees. They will laugh at you. You must not laugh in return. Later you will meet a man with his head under his arm. You must be polite to him." "How do you know my name? How dare you advise your future queen? Stand aside, you ugly old woman," Manyara scolded, and then rushed on her way without looking back. Just as the old woman had foretold, Manyara came to a grove of trees, and they did indeed seem to be laughing at her. "I must be calm," Manyara thought. "I will not be frightened." She looked up at the trees and laughed out loud. "Ha! I laugh at you, trees!" she shouted, and she hurried on. It was not yet dawn when Manyara heard the sound of rushing water. The river must be up ahead, she thought. The great city is just on the other side. But there, on the rise, she saw a man with his head tucked under his arm. Manyara ran past him without speaking. "A queen acknowledges only those who please her," she said to herself. "I will be queen. I will be queen," she chanted as she hurried on toward the city. Nyasha awoke at the first light of dawn. As she put on her finest garments, she thought how her life might be changed forever. Beyond this day, "I'd much prefer to live here," she admitted to herself. "I'd hate to leave this village and never see my father or sing to little Nyoka again." Her thoughts were interrupted by loud shouts and a commotion from the wedding party assembled outside. Manyara was missing. Everyone bustled about, searching and calling for her, but they found her footprints on the path that led to the city. They decided to go on as planned. As the wedding party moved through the forest, brightly plumed birds darted about in the cool green shadows beneath the trees. Though anxious about her sister, Nyasha was soon filled with excitement about all there was to see. They were deep in the forest when she saw the small boy standing by the side of the path. "You must be hungry," she said, and handed him a yam she had brought for her lunch. The boy smiled and disappeared as quietly as he had come. Later, they were approaching the place where the two paths crossed. The old woman appeared and silently pointed the way to the city. Nyasha thanked her and gave her a small pouch filled with sunflower seeds. The sun was high in the sky when the party came to the grove of towering trees. The uppermost branches seemed to bow down to Nyasha as she passed beneath them. At last, someone announced that they were near their destination. Nyasha ran ahead and topped the rise before the others could catch up with her. She stood transfixed at her first sight of the city. "Oh, my father," she called, "a great spirits must stand guard here. Just look at what lies before us. I've never in all my life dreamed there could be anything so beautiful." Here it is. Arm in arm, Nyasha and her father descended the hill, crossed the river, and approached the city gate. Just as they entered through the great doors, the air was rent by piercing cries, and Manyara wildly ran out of a chamber at the center of the enclosure. When she saw Nyasha, she fell upon her, sobbing. "Do not go to the king, my sister. Oh, please, father, do not let her go," she cried hysterically. "There's a great monster in there, a snake. with 5 heads. He said that he knew all my faults and that I displeased him. He would have swallowed me alive if I had not run. Oh, my sister, please do not go inside that place. It frightened Nyasha to see her sister so upset, but leaving her father to comfort Manyara, she bravely made her way to the chamber and opened the door. On the seat of the great chief's stool lay the little garden snake. Nyasha laughed with relief and joy. "My little friend," she exclaimed, "it is such a pleasure to see you. But why are you here?" "I am the king," Nyoka replied. And there before Nyasha's eyes, the garden snake changed shape. "I am the king. I am also the hungry boy whom you shared a yam in the forest, and the old woman to whom you made a gift of sunflower seeds. But you know me best as Nyoka, because I have been all of these, and I know you to be the most worthy and most beautiful daughter in the land. It would make me very happy if you would be my wife." And so it was that, a long time ago, Nyasha agreed to be married. The king's mother and sisters took Nyasha to their house, and the wedding preparations began. The best weavers in the land laid out their finest cloth for her wedding garments. Villagers from all around were invited to the celebration, and a great feast was held. Nyasha prepared the bread for the wedding feast from millet that had been brought from her village. Mufaro proclaimed to all who would hear him that he was the happiest father in all the land, for he was blessed with 2 beautiful daughters, Nyasha, the queen, and Manyara, a servant in the queen's household. The end. How beautiful. I have one more thing to tell you guys today. Love and kindness are very special. Do you know why? Because they're not like pie. You can be kind to as many people as you meet. And a parent's love especially does not need to be divvied up between their children. Manyara was really worried about who her father loved the best, but he loved them both and thought they were both worthy. At the very end, even as one was married to the king and one became a servant in the household, he saw them both as lovely and beautiful and didn't love either of them any less. You don't have to worry about that with your parents or your teachers or your brothers and sisters. Love cannot be divided. It only grows. So share your love today and have a wonderful afternoon.
I just love that story. Thank you so much for reading to us, Miss LJ. Mr. Josh says that he has something cool that he wants to show us. So let's go see. Mr. Josh, what do you have?
So today, we have something we find all over the playground. This is an earthworm, and he is a big guy.
Oh man, he is a big guy.
So you want to know what's very interesting about them? They actually eat the dirt. That's how they move through the dirt. They eat their way through it.
They eat it like
he's
lunch?
wiggling around, yes. He's trying to crawl into the little cracks on my finger. And yeah, another...
Do they bite?
No, they do not bite. But something very interesting about them is the worms can split themselves into more worms. So if he was to be cut right here, oh, he's wiggling. If you were to cut him right here, he would not get hurt. He would actually turn into 2 different worms. And I think that is just very interesting.
That is really cool. So they don't hurt, they're just wiggly and squirmy?
Yes. Yeah.
And they eat the dirt. Wow.
All right.
All right,
guys.
thanks.
Bye, everybody.
Did you guys love seeing that squirmy wormy with Mr. Josh? Penny, do you want to come up? Do you want to come up on the couch? Come on, sweetie. Oh, she says not right now, but how about a song from Mr. Josh?
Looking out about a sunny sky so shiny and blue, and there's a butterfly. Well, isn't that such a fantastic time? It's gonna be a fantastic day. Such marvelousness I'm gonna bring. Got a pocket full of songs that I'm gonna sing, and I'm ready to take on anything. Hooray! Some super fun surprise around these corners. Just riding on the rainbow's gonna be okay. Hey, I'm not giving up today. There's nothing getting in my way. If you knock me over, I will get back up again. If something goes a little wrong, you can go ahead and bring it on. If you knock me over, I will get back up again. Whoa, oh, 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 get back up again. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. I'm marching along, got confidence. I'm cooler than a pack of peppermints, and I have been this excitement. I can't remember when I'm off on this remarkable adventure. Just riding on the rainbow is gonna be okay. Hey, I'm not giving up today. There's nothing getting in my way. And if you knock me over, I will get back up again. If something goes a little wrong, you can go ahead and bring it on. If you knock me over, I will get back up again. Whoa, oh, 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 get back up again. Whoa, oh, 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 I'm okay. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. If you knock me over, knock me over, I will get back up again. Woo!
Well, I think it's time to find out if we can go outside today. So, what's the weather like today? Can we go outside and play? Let's check the window. I see some clouds, but it's gonna be a warm one. That's why under my sweater, I've got a tank top. I am ready to play outside all day. All right, guys, that's it for Circle Time today. We had a story, we listened to some songs, and we saw a squirmy wormy. But don't worry, there are 2 more Mr. Dash songs coming up, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye. Action.
Oh, hi there. It's Mr. Josh again, back for the Rock at the Blocks concert series. And today we're going to do something very special. We're going to do not 1, but 2 songs. We're going to start with ABCs, and then we have a very special surprise after that. All right, who's ready to sing ABCs with me? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me? For this next one, I'm gonna need my special assistants to come help me. Miss LJ and Miss Jeanette, what are you doing here?
We're gonna help you.
Okay, all right, that sounds awesome. We're gonna do Itsy Bitsy Spider, okay?
All right.
All right. The itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Out came the sun and dried up all the rain. And the itsy bitsy spider went up the spout again. Thank you, guys. And thank you for watching. Bye, everybody.
Bye.